Second Speed's open air might have genuinely been one of their best events yet. However, there's probably two things that I want to fix for the next event to be like untouchable. Nah, truthfully, there was something completely different about Saturday. Like from the moment you got there, I think I'd said before, it felt like it was always going to be one of them events where you had to be there to experience it, to kind of live and breathe it. And you know what? It definitely lived up to that. I think there was a buzz around the place. There was that excitement of it being a new venue. The weather was unreal. Like everyone was just on top form, happy, excited, just yeah, ready to see what the day had in store for everyone. So as always, I'll go through the pros, the cons, some of my favourite sets. I'll talk a little bit about the after party as well, and then yeah, give you my thoughts overall and a rating out of 10. So production, starting off with that, then that has to be like it's got to be a 10. That was honestly the biggest plus from this whole event. I think when we first seen the site map, or yeah, when I first seen the site map, I remember speaking to Steve and us both saying like, how are they going to fit all of that in Times Square? I think that was the worry. The idea and the plans for it were really really good and exciting, but it was, can they actually go out and execute it? Can they put everything together to make it, seem how it did on the site map? And truthfully, it lived up to all of that. I really enjoyed the kind of L shape 360 setup, if you like. It was something a little bit different, and I think it just worked really, really well. I liked how the stage was actually tiered as well. So you had everyone in front of the stage that had like normal tickets. Then up high, it was like, and on the stage it was VIP tickets. But yeah, I liked how that was staged as well. It didn't ever feel like everyone was too cramped in at any one point. And given how small I thought it was going to be from where the stage is, yeah, I felt like everyone always had space to dance and move about and stuff. So yeah, I think the production was insane. And then on the night, as it got later, the lights looked insane, like off the walls and on like everyone that was in front of the stage and stuff like that, pumping out a bit of smoke. So it was a bit misty and a bit murky at times. But yeah, all in all, like I say, production absolutely killed it. Like that stage, that setup was fucking 10/10. The layout of the place as well, I thought there was enough toilets, I thought there was enough bars, I thought there was enough seating areas. So, given how big the stage and the production side of things was, they didn't forget about, the other side of things that are important when it comes to like almost like a mini festival, if you like. So yeah, it's good that they didn't kind of forget about that side of things and made sure, there was places for people to sit down, because it is a long day. You need to pace yourself, and you need to make sure that you can kind of chill out, grab some food, grab some water if you need to. And yeah, like I say, I thought they did that really, really well. Another massive, massive plus, and has to be crazily spoken about, was the merch. That is easily one of the best drops yet. Well, the best drop they've ever had. I think because we didn't expect or know what to expect when it came to their merch and what it was that they were dropping. They were dropping hints and stuff like that in the Instagram channel, and you kind of had an idea on some of the designs, and then obviously they put the video out before everyone got there, and it was just fucking insane. I don't think anyone expected the amount of what they'd produced. There was like, I think it was like four different t-shirts. They had a full tracksuit, which no one expected. They had two different pairs of shades, which I managed to pick up one of them, courtesy of my favourite Shannon. But yeah, if I had the money, I would have like spent it all on that merch stand. I know that most people did. I think Bowser spent like 300 quid in there. So yeah, they absolutely smashed it out the park with their the merch, and I can only imagine, if there's still stuff for sale, people probably nab that up. Like all of that'll go. But it was so good to see everyone wearing it on the day as well. So yeah, definitely massive plus. We need more second speed merch like that. So moving on to the cons then, and this is kind of like the one major, yeah, it's like the one major con really, and it was the sound. It wasn't. This is not me saying it was terrible, it was bad or anything like that. It was a little bit hit and miss at times, and that was, in my opinion, in front of the stage and on the stage as well. I thought, well, I mean, when we first got there, we were like in front of the stage, a little bit, towards the back, but it was quite quiet. We could hold a conversation normal, and yeah, then when we got on stage a little bit later on, I only really noticed it predominantly through Alex Farrell, Black Traffic, and Vaselis B3B. It seemed to get really quiet, and I don't know why that was, but yeah, like I say, I think it's one of them things with it being outside. I imagine that's obviously a factor, but then being the area that it's in as well, there's probably going to be some restrictions on sound there. So I think that's what I'm saying. Like, it was still really good considering, but if there's any way possible next time that could be made louder, then I think that's maybe something that they could look at. And just one of my only real criticisms, I think, obviously at an event and a festival like that, the main thing is the sound and production. I've always said that. So yeah, I think if we could maybe tweak the sound a little bit, then it takes it from where it is now to like being just fucking out of this world exceptional event. And then my only other con, this is like a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, but no free water. Like, I'm not being funny, but in like 20 odd degree heat, the sun's shining, it's a long day, people I genuinely have been there from like 1:30 until it finished at like 10. So it's like I said, it's a long day, and to not offer an essential, which is free water, when people are going to be warm, I think it's a little bit daft, really. It's like £3 a bottle, and normally, buy the first one, that's absolutely fine, but give people the option to go and refill it at the bar, or have water stations around so that they can go and fill it up. I think that for me is a necessity, and like I said, I was just like, when I found out, I was like, oh, wait, it seems like such a basic thing to do, but they're my only two criticisms: the sound and the lack of free water. But yeah, other than that, can't really complain. In terms of sets, I genuinely, similar to the Term B review, I can't go through every single one and go through in detail because I'd be here forever. Can't really pick a favorite either because they all brought something different. They all brought their own sound. I think the order was actually perfect in which they went on. So I think that was really good. Everyone kind of complimented each other, and I know that's kind of like the way that DJs do things anyway when it comes to a set times and lineups. But yeah, I thought that they all complement each other really well. Danielle Kiero, I can't apologise if I've like absolutely butchered that surname. And Ellie Suddick, their B2B opening up was sick. I think they were the perfect openers, proper like nostalgic, bouncy techno, kind of got everyone going. Dior, I think she was honestly like one of the biggest surprise sets for me. It was like quite gabbery at times. Her energy is just fucking nuts anyway. She's like a Duracell bunny. Got to meet her afterwards and had a little chat and a stomp and stuff. But yeah, she's really cool, really, really funny. Thought like her set from start to finish was like actually like probably one of the best. Jezza and George, PRTY boys, like in the sunshine, their sound like nothing really complements each other better than that. They've always got them sing-alongs that everyone knows, and it's a good break, I think, between when you have a couple of heavy sets. I think having them on in between just kind of breaks that up, and yeah, they know how to get the party started. So Jezza and Job were class. Circle, Mass Bandits, crazy circle style edits everywhere. Yeah, there was loads of them. You knew that you were going to get something heavy after you heard the circle style. So yeah, I thought it was really, really cool. Actually got to meet one of their mum and dads as well. Had a little hacking with the dad. That was like proper heartfelt moment. So yeah, you can't really say anything other when it comes to Circle. I don't think I've ever seen a set of theirs that's just not hit. And I think obviously with them being from Newcastle, it always goes down really, really well with the Newcastle crowd, hometown, and everyone just like really connects with them. So yeah, they were fucking sick as always. Next we had Burger Boys, that whole B3B, that was fucking out of this world. The fact that I stayed put where I was on stage the entire set, like I genuinely didn't move. I didn't go to the toilet, I didn't get a drink. I just stayed there the entire time with the burger hat on. I think that says everything. And that fucking opener, the Burger Kicks track, was actually insane. So worth the wait. Yeah, I think it took everyone by. Well, I don't think anyone knew what to expect, but it definitely wasn't that track. So yeah, I thought it was really, really fucking good. Everyone smashed it, and the cute little burger towers that they had as well was insane. So yeah, Burger Boys was mint. Then we had Alex Farrell, Black Traffic, Vaselli. That gave like proper no nonsense like 2023 techno. I thought, like I said, they flowed really, really nice. They've all kind of got their own sound, and obviously I remember speaking to Black Traffic on the like last Monday about how them three were going to kind of work that set and how each of their sounds like are going to complement each other and stuff. And but yeah, it worked really, really well. It actually managed to like see Alex Farrell properly, which was nice. So yeah, them lads smashed it. And then what can you say about Isaiah BLK? Like that's such an I, I'm I don't care what anyone says. I'm glad that like it, Phantasm got replaced because we wouldn't have got the set that we did. Um, yeah, I really really fucking enjoyed it. I thought them two were sick, and finally got to meet BLK in the flesh and like get a picture with him and stuff at the end, which was really really cool. He was nice, stayed back for like everyone and stuff, so that was cool. But yeah, really really good set. But that's like a bit of a summary in terms of everyone during the day. So the after party then, it was honestly just as good, I thought. But I think obviously with everyone being there all day during the festival, there wasn't as many people as we've previously seen at an X. You know, when we've been to like Azaya or Slush, anything like that, you know, it was rammed, it's sold out, that kind of thing. But it wasn't a bad thing because there was still enough people in there for the energy, you know, for it to be bouncing and the sets to be really good, but it just meant that there was more space to dance and move about and stuff. And we actually went up on the balcony, which I've never, honestly, all the times I've been to an X, I've probably been going to an X for like a year and a half to 2 years. And that was the first time that I went up on the balcony and actually fucking loved it. You get a mint view, there's enough space to dance. I think the lights hit you a bit more. That was pretty intense at times, but yeah, that was really really cool. Just running through everyone. Yeah, Cheska was on first. We actually apologise because we didn't even get to see her. By the time we ended up getting there, we missed her set, and it was towards the back end of Sudik and Shauna's set before they handed over to Circle and Black Traffic. So, but I know that Cheska said she was going to be playing a little bit groovy. So, if anyone that did go, let me know how that set went because I mean, Cheska always fucking smashes it. So yeah, and I just spent most of the day with her, Ellie, and Liv Arnsby, just bopping about and stuff on stage. So yeah, I've got no doubt that set was class. Ellie again, she fucking smashed it with Shauna. First time think I think it's the first time I've seen Shauna, or maybe the second. I haven't seen her in a long time, but yeah, they played a lot of feel good kind of tunes as well that kind of got everyone singing along and stuff like that. So that was sick. Circo, their B2B with Black Traffic was really really good. I presume obviously Black Traffic then was like the special guest, but I remember there was the three of them, and obviously they all came out in a circle mask at first. So we were trying to work out like who the fuck it was, and I'll be totally honest, I was having that much of a good time that for ages I was trying to work out who the third like circle member was, and this is like a good 20 minutes into the set, and I'd said to Tal, I was like, oh, like who do you reckon it is? And she said she pointed at the screen behind them. She was like, "It's literally Black Traffic. It says there." And I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Yeah, I was in another planet, but that was that was really really good. Claw Farmer. That's the first time I've ever seen that fella like properly. I've heard him through a wall at Teletech Fest, but I couldn't manage to get in the boiler room. But so worth the wait. He's fucking insane, and that bloke knows every single track that he plays inside out. Like he's punching the floor when the kick rolls, and like I was so fixated on him hitting kick rolls, like it was mad. But yeah, he was so fucking good. And then Joan to close, fair play to him because he actually fucking smashed it as well. his was quite like emotional, industrial, I thought, and had like nice breaks in between his tracks that would just kind of like draw everyone in, build the energy back up before it dropped. And I did think that they did him a little bit dirty putting him on last because a lot of people left after Claw Farmer. I think if we were going to have someone like Joan on, who's obviously like just where he is in his career, not going to pull in the amount of numbers that Claw Farmer is, either have Joan on before. Well, yeah, I'd have Joan on before and then keep everyone in for Claw Farmer. It means that they keep as many people there as possible, and it's a little bit fairer towards him as well. But nonetheless, he still fucking smashed it, and it was a sick closing. So you know, throughout the whole day and the after party, fucking unbelievable. So yeah, overall, this fucking it's got to be up there for me with the one of my favorite events was the face to face, the second speed face to face, and that's up there on par with it for me. I think start to finish, it was just such a good day, and it was so nice to just like see everyone again. And I don't know, there's just something about that day. It felt special. I don't think we'll get, I'm hoping Second Speed Fest is going to be just as good, but I don't think we're going to get an event like that for a little while now. It genuinely felt special. But I think I'll give it a 9 out of 10, just purely on them two tweaks. One of the major ones being sound. Tweak that and the free water, but it's like an 11 out of 10. But yeah, if you guys went, let me know what you thought, who your favourite set was, and what you would give it out of 10. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.